American Elite Notary, how is everyone out there? We had 5 closings today and we have 5 scheduled for tomorrow. Tonight's topic is about when deals fall through because one of our deals fell through today. And sometimes that's just the name of the game. That's just kind of how things go. And so I want to address that in case you're new in particular. And this is something that you might be concerned about. So the first thing to know is that that's kind of normal, that there are occasions where the customer or the bank or somewhere along the way, right? There's a lot of moving parts in these important and large financial transactions, and things can go awry. The important thing is that we get them correct. This is real estate. So it's not something that you can kind of, go back and fix later, especially when it comes to issues of title, which is often where we have the rubber meeting the road, or funding. The second thing is this can happen at your table, right? Whoa, that's kind of a head knocker sometimes. So more than once, I've been sitting with someone and, they'll sit down and say, this is absolutely not what I agreed to. And it's not our job, I repeat, it's not our job to make anyone sign anything. So I want to make sure that you go into this situation knowing that it's completely normal if something isn't working, but we are still, I believe, beholden to just call the different stakeholders that are involved and do our best to make sure that communication is at its highest and that everybody's on the same page as to what is needed or why what was needed is not present. Today is a perfect example. We had a closing that was between family and they were trying to take advantage of an interest rate. They're concerned that maybe interest rates may be going up, but at the same time, they're hoping to get a new survey on the property. And at this time, things like surveys are quite delayed. This survey won't even be in the line to be started until 6 weeks from now. And he wanted that survey attached to this closing. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. And so instead of saying that, you stop and you say, it seems like possibly the deal as it is currently structured doesn't work for you. Why don't we call your real estate agent and our closing agent and maybe even the mortgage broker and make sure everybody's on the same page? It sounds like you'd like to change the actual property that's being bought and sold. And in fact, that's exactly what they wanted to do. They had a home with a lovely yard and lots of land, and they just wanted to cut off some of the land that was involved in the deal so that their daughter, who was buying their property, wouldn't be taxed on so much land. So the intentions were great. But you can't just change what's being transferred in the middle of things being transferred, right? And so this is an opportunity where we can really show how we're there to serve, how we are there to help and ameliorate any concerns, diffuse any tensions to the extent that we can, and to ensure that everything's being done as correctly as possible as far as the people that we are the delegates for. Now, I often call this a relay race. If you've taken my trainings, you know this. And the way I see the relay race is that the mortgage broker has handed it off to the title company, who's handed it off to us, who are handing it off to the people who are signing. They sign, get it back to us, and it all goes reverse. There are lots of places where this might go wrong, but if you're sitting in that seat when it happens, it's really critical to make sure that you're communicating to everybody involved exactly what happened, because the end goal most of the time is to get a resolution so that that family ends up being able to transfer that property. And often, most likely, it's not within a given family. It's to people who are really stressed out because they're moved out of one location trying to move into another location. That's where our ability to kind of help them navigate that is even more important. So questions like this come up all the time. Issues like this come up all the time. And that's one of the things that we try to discuss in the American Elite Notary Facebook group, which I've left a link for here in the comments. We also teach you how to diffuse, navigate, redirect, and make sure you're emotionally helping the individuals that are signing to create efficient and effective signings that actually create joy and unexpectedly easy experiences in our signature loan signing course, which I've left a link to in the comments as well. One of the things we pride ourselves on is walking hand in hand with you as you go through this experience, which larger organizations just aren't really able to do, so that you can message us and ask us, and we can kind of help you on those smaller details that may seem ridiculous to some people who've been in the business a long time, but will never seem ridiculous to me because I've been in your shoes. I know what it feels like to sit there and wonder, oh my gosh, am I in the right place at the right time? Is this something I'm supposed to sign or not sign? And it meant the world to me to have an experienced person just to glance it over and say, you're doing exactly the right thing. Or, whoops, in fact, let's pivot and put this over there. However, it ends up working best for the clients involved. So deals fall apart. It happens. And whether that's for you in your personal life or you in your real estate life, it's probably meant to be, and everything will be okay in the end, either way. I'm Amy Wixhorn. I'm so grateful that you came tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing you back here tomorrow, live around 5. And you know what that is? It's Friday and it's end of the month. So I'm cheering for all of you. Take care.